It's Sunday night. I earlier today received a pretty scary email saying that the half marathon is in 6 weeks. 42 days to get a half marathon in sub 90 minutes. I want that time to be 1 hour 29 something. Well, I guess if I do get over sub 1 hour 30, who cares? It is what it is. It's an arbitrary goal anyway. I just think it would be nice. I'm on this zone 2 run. I'm taking it easy, but that first kilometer, 6 minutes and 24 seconds. I don't know why. For some reason, my runs have been considerably slower than what they used to be. I've been trying to work on my form and I've been coming out of sickness, not been training as much as I used to. Whatever it is, I do not feel nearly as fast or fit as I did a few months ago, but views are still good. I've still been running since I haven't been making videos, and I actually think I'm more addicted to it now than I have ever been. I watch running videos, I read running books, all I think about is running, all I do for exercise is pretty much running. I am hooked at the moment. Okay, it's Monday. It's week 1 of the 6 weeks to the half marathon. I don't really have a training plan. I'm not 100% sure what it is I'm doing. I want to be increasing the weekly distance that I'm running so that I have the strength in my legs to be able to run 21 kilometers. To get strong legs, I need to train them at the gym, but I also need to just run and stretch and look after them and sleep a lot. There's a lot to do. The clock is ticking and I have no idea how I'm meant to fit it all in. I'm slightly terrified. This is the runner's core workout that I'm doing. I follow this video. I'm not going to film myself doing it because I do these workouts in my pants. Bloody hell, those workouts are hard. I'm going to aim to try and do that 2 or 3 times a week. After that core session, I'm also doing a quick bit of foot and ankle strengthening. I'm still in my pants, so I'll just show you my disgusting feet instead. That's disgusting. No one told me about that on my teeth all day. It's a lot of big ankle circles both ways. You want to point it down as far as you can and point it up as far as you can. Stand up on your toes, but try to stand on your big toes, not out like that. Keep it in the middle. Then walk on them like you're a pretty doll. Even try walking on your heels. I've made sure to dedicate that time to strengthening my core, strengthening my feet and ankles. It's stuff that shouldn't be neglected. You're only going to hurt yourself if all you do is just pack on the mileage and don't strengthen or train your body to cope with that added stress. Just think your bones and your muscles are just smashing the hard pavement or wherever it is that you're running constantly. You have to look after your body. Okay. Now all that is done, I can finally go for a run. So lately, a lot of my zone 2 runs has been at a much slower pace than it used to be, especially when I was in sub 40 10k form. I'd quite like my easy runs to be a little bit faster. So I don't know if it's counterintuitive, but today I want this zone 2 run to be somewhat fast. Like a 5:30 per kilometer pace. If I peak up into zone 3, that's fine, but I want to have a bit more pace today. Come on. First kilometer, 5 minutes and 32 seconds. I'm on pace and I am just about in zone 2. I'm right at the top. I'm really trying to focus on my breathing, get my form right. Oh, when I talk to the camera, my heart rate climbs a little bit, so I'm gonna shut up now. I don't want to be someone who is too obsessed with my heart rate because it doesn't need to be that strict. I've just noticed lately I want to pick up the pace a little bit. 6 weeks to go, got to get things moving. 5k in 27.5 minutes. That's more where I want my 5ks to be rather than the 32-minute 5k I did yesterday. I was confused by why there's so many people in the park on a Monday night and what that smell is. It's 4:20. It all makes sense now. I've definitely not eaten enough. I'm so hungry and I'm underfueled and my tummy hurts. The run has taken a bit of a turn for the worse. 7.5k in, paused it, I'm walking, not through tiredness, but through stomach issues. Stomach is so sensitive. Running feels a little bit dodgy. I had a Subway for lunch and an oat and raisin cookie with it. I love oat and raisin cookies more than chocolate chip. Controversial, my opinion. Anyway, I don't really think it agrees with my body. Oh. Unfortunately, one of the realities of running is that occasionally you have to take long old trips to the toilet and cut your workouts short. 8k, 5:32, so at least my pacing's still good.
Back from the run, I've eaten, couldn't eat that much, showered. It is a very strange feeling when you can feel yourself really hungry and craving food after exercise, but your stomach being in knots and the thought of ingesting any food is also horrible. But that's Monday. Maybe I went a little bit hard with the core session into the foot and ankle session into the run, but I just don't know how else to fit it all in. Actually, in hindsight, I don't think I went too hard. My diet just let me down a little bit today.
To once again prove the point that I am addicted to running, just ordered and collected this book here, Once a Runner. Apparently, the best novel ever written about running. It feels good. It's a nice bendy book. I like a bendy book. This was actually a recommendation from a viewer. Please, if you have any running documentaries, movies, TV shows, books, just send it my way. Put it in the comments. I'm interested. I'm feeling self-conscious. It's hot today. I'm about to do a threshold interval session. I'm gonna get hot and sweaty. I don't want to be too uncomfortable. I'm gonna run with something I got for Christmas. A vest! Oh, my bare arms. I have no sleeves. But I do feel like a proper runner with this. Well, I say proper runner, I don't know. I've seen people who are very fast at parkrun wear vests like this. In fact, I've seen people in the middle of January win parkrun just shirtless. It's like pouring with rain and they've just not got a shirt on, but they win anyway. So maybe the fewer clothes you have, the faster you go. I don't really understand the logic, but today we'll find out. Oh, I feel like I need to just get a pump on real quick. Okay, now I feel a tiny bit better. Maybe I should just put a regular t-shirt on. No! Don't be worried about being judged by other people. Be fast and run past them anyway before they have time to say anything. What am I talking about? I go around filming myself run around the street. I wear a camera on my forehead. I was wearing a vest, embarrassing, Ollie. I just completed a 10-minute warm-up. I went a little bit faster than normal because I think I fall into the trap where I don't warm up enough, and then when I run fast, my heart rate skyrockets. I feel completely out of control because I'm not used to going at that speed. What this session is today, 4 8-minute reps at LT2, I believe it is called, lactate threshold 2, I don't know. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm running just on that line where my body can clear out the lactic acid or something. I need to do my homework. Basically, I'm running high zone 3, low zone 4. First 8 minutes have begun. Hopefully this goes well. The 8 minutes will be done in 15 seconds. I've been slower than I thought, and my heart rate has been higher than I expected. Not the best first rep, but I don't want to get disappointed after the first one. Oh, 8 minutes done. Now I have 2 minutes before the next. On this path, it's mostly uphill this way, and then when I come back it'll be downhill. So that probably explains my heart rate being kind of high, my pace being slower. I feel like I'm okay, but according to what my Garmin says, my heart rate is about to hit 200. Don't know if it's a fault with the Garmin or a fault with my heart. I don't feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. It's just apparently high. Time for rep number 2. Let's hope this goes a bit better. I'm liking the vest though, it's fun. Although my nipple keeps accidentally falling out. 10 seconds left. This one, I feel great. Apparently my heart rate's too high. Oh. I feel like I could hold that pace for ages. I'm now wondering, does the Garmin get what my heart rate zones are from just a guess? Does it use the data from each run? Because I've never actually set it up. I'm now starting to think my zones aren't quite right, because I feel like I could be pushing harder than this. Maybe that's how a threshold session is supposed to feel. Bloody hell, those 2 minutes went fast. Now it's time for a bit of downhill. Hopefully I'll be faster. Only a couple minutes in, I feel faster. It's that uphill that just gets me. Now I'm on the down. I'm flying. 2, 1. I feel like I could do this all day. Stomach feels good. Touch wood. To be honest, I can actually just touch a tree. Touch wood. Last one, here we go. Okay. Workout complete. Well, technically I have the cool down run, but the bulk of the workout is done. I feel great. I feel like I could do 2 more 8 minutes, 4 more, maybe not 4. Well, actually, I think I could. I don't quite think I was pushing myself enough today. I'm not quite buying my heart rate readings. When I was training for the 5K and 10K, it was quite regular that I would skip a cool down. Now, I'm just trying to get my mileage up. I need to do them.
Hello, it is Thursday. I was about to go for a long run, but something has happened. Okay, that's a bit better. I don't know if I'm going to put this in the video, but it's kind of part of the process, part of the journey, and part of my 6 weeks until the half marathon. So for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be taking antibiotics for what could be Lyme disease. I'm getting a blood test next week to see whether or not it is Lyme disease. Pretty much, to cut a long story short, 4 weeks ago, I ran 30 kilometers that I promised I would run. If we get to 800 pounds, I'll do 10k, 920k, 1,000, I'll do 30k, which is the furthest I've ever ran in my life. Had a great run. I ran with Isaac. It was a great day, and we were doing it for Francis' house. Whilst I was on that run, I was wearing shorts, and I was on one of the trails, and I got a bite on my leg. I didn't really pay much attention to it, and I sort of forgot about it for about 3 weeks. It was just a tiny spot on my leg. I thought, like any other bite I had, it would either just go away or I would take some antihistamines and it would go. This one didn't. It persisted. It had a red ring that grew around it. It became slightly raised. There was like a dart in the middle. I decided to go to the pharmacy and then book out an appointment at the GP. It's on my leg. You can't even see it. I'll put a photo of what it looks like. Since then it has gone down. I might not have Lyme disease. I'll have to wait and see. Either way, I'm starting the medication. But with the whole thing, there's a few factors that are going to come to play. First off, I feel completely fine. It feels like I'd be perfectly alright to train. And a part of me was considering that I should go and run my 16 kilometers anyway. But I thought, no, I'll wait and see how the antibiotics react in my system, because there are some side effects that I need to pay attention to. My regular schedule of just waking up, eating straight away, going for a run, being out in the sun, getting back, eating straight away, might need to change. Well, not might need to change, it will need to change, because obviously, as much as I love running and I want to train, I don't want to have something terrible happen to me because of Lyme disease or whatever it is. It could just be a regular infected bite. I'm going to be optimistic. I hope it is. And I guess me doing this, if I can raise some sort of awareness just to be wary of tick bites, especially this time of year. You just want to be careful. And if you notice what I had, a rash around the bite with a circular ring, then just contact your GP, book an appointment. Yeah. So that's Thursday. It's just that regular training block, you know, week 1, build your base, week 2, get Lyme disease. I don't know what this is going to look like for my running. I'm going to let you know how I feel, but I need to give it a bit of time first. So yeah. It's Friday morning. I'm out in the park on a nice morning walk. I decided to not train last night, nor am I going to be running this morning. I am later going to do a little bit of mobility.
Turn your chest up, wrap that arm behind your back, roll your shoulder open, come back up. And then step your right foot out to the side.
Honestly, something I neglect because I choose to do running or strength training over it, so maybe it's a good opportunity that I'll be doing this. For the next couple days, I don't think I'm going to run. I want to just see where I'm at, see how I'm feeling, and focus on other things like mobility and stretching, and I might do a core workout or something. I'll preface this again I feel completely fine. I'm looking forward to making videos. This is just a slight hurdle that might make these running videos rather unique. Yeah. This walk is nice though. Damn, I never really have time to walk. Well, I walk 2 places, but I never really have time to just go for a stroll. And the sky is so nice, there's not a cloud in sight. Spring is here. Sunday morning. Didn't train yesterday. This week, for the 6 weeks to run a sub-90 half marathon, bit of a rough start. I'd love to mention as well that I will still be fundraising for the fantastic charity Francis House Children's Hospice. The page has been set up for quite a while now, and I'll be honest, I've been neglecting it. I've already had some incredibly generous donations from supporters, so for that, I thank you. I set the goal to be £662 because that is the exact amount of money it takes to fund Francis House for 1 hour. As you can tell, it's very expensive, but providing the essential care for the children, teenagers, and young adults with life-limiting or life-threatening conditions, it's expensive, and it always will be. So the best thing we can do is try and raise as much money as we can to help them out. If we can raise £662, that's 1 hour. I'll be running for half an hour longer than that. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you again next week with 5 weeks to go. Well, technically it's 5 weeks to go from today, but by the time you're seeing this, it's a week behind. Oh my god, it's 5 weeks today.